last game of my rookie season. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
Man in the middle, standing 6'11", number 27, Zaza Pachulia.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks, for this midweek NBA action on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. In the last meeting for these two teams, entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Parker. On the court for San Antonio, Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Boris Diaw is out there with West. And it's Miller in at the 1 spot. And here's Freak. 9-point game his last outing. Clock at 4. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
And Diaw kicks it to West. San Antonio again missing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Spurs trail by 15. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. He told me they were going to have to lean on their postgame in this, saying he simply wants to get the ball on the block each trip down the floor and focus on getting shots from the inside. Get those ice packs ready. This one could have a lot of bruising and banging down low before it's all said and done, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris.
And let's take a look at Boris Diaw. Some stats on him. His last 10 games, averaging about 7 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, you know, he's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but you can't teach size. So he's a valuable backup for this team in that regard.
And yes, sir, that one drops. Powell's got his second basket of the night.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
Diaw, the pass to West. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack, and he gets it to go. Ginobili's got his first points in this one.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Smooth. Here's Powell. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Count that one. West has got 5 points so far. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists A game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart, he's tough, he's all about team, and, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Now here's Freak. D right on him. There's the screen. Felton against Miller. Here's Smooth. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Miller dishes to Ginobili. To the middle.
That's a walk.
JaVale McGee grabs the miss. Dallas leading by 15. The pass to Powell. Sinks that one from the post. Powell's got 9.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Diao can't hit.
And even though it didn't go down, he did some nice work to get that inside.
Move the ball.
Kicks it to Powell. Takes a 3. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves. The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
3 on 3. Felton against Ginobili. To halt the run, and the layup is good. Ginobili's got his second basket of the night.
Not phased at all by having a big...
Okay, Dallas, now stepping onto the court.
And Spurs head coach Greg Popovich, very demanding. Throughout the years, he was hardest on his point guard. Even though it seems like that was a very long time ago now. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diao comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Ginobili's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Patty Mills. Smooth in at shooting guard. Matthews out there with Powell. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Williams at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Off the pick. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Williams has got 11 points in the quarter.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Diao, the screen. Miller kicks to Diao. Second chance shot, and it's blocked.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Leonard attacking, and that one's good. Leonard's got 6 points.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Williams against Ginobili. Rebound San Antonio. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
For Dallas, they have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
And, you know, for so long, the NBA has had 12-minute quarters. In last year's preseason, they began experimenting with the 10-minute quarters. Players seem to like it, but it would be a huge change philosophically in terms of how the game is played.
The Mavericks pull it in. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. That's good. Freak's got 5.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Good.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
And misses it off the right side of the rim. San Antonio's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And it's Miller penetrating, kicks it out to Leonard. Diaw can't hit. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the third fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber. And
San Antonio shooting a meager 37% for the game. Here's Ginobili. Nobody near Leonard. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Dallas has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Matthews, no one around him. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight. Ginobili kicks to Diaw. Back to Ginobili. Diaw sets the pick for Ginobili. Pass to West. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. In fourth, the Spurs.
You know, a team that shares the ball freely will create opportunities for the right player to score more times than not. They don't have to force it. Everybody recognizes that if they move and get open, the ball will find them. Hitting your free throws is a good way to get back into it. It stops the clock and extends the game. I mean, you want to take advantage of that situation. And they're shooting much better from the line here in the second quarter. So far, they haven't missed one.
That drops. 8 points for Freak. The Spurs shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. From 10 feet out, and there's West. That good on the assist by Diaw. And it's 9 points for David West. Now here's Freak. He's covered by Leonard. Smooth passes to McGee. Williams dishes to Powell. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Ginobili against Williams. Ginobili kicks it to West. Nails the 16-footer. West has got 6 here in this quarter. Dallas has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Now here's Freak. He's tightly guarded. Over in the corner, Matthews. The 11-footer. The shot is off. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Mavericks ahead, delivering the blowout.
All right, Kevin, here with Tony Parker. And Tony, you guys have struggled offensively so
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Ginobili's checked in for Leonard. And Miller's subbed in for Tony Parker. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Martin. West out there with Boris Diaw. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Miller in at the point guard position. Here's Barea. He's got 5.
Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say, my goodness, if he could just get in better shape. But he uses every bit of that significant backside of his to his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him. So he's making good use of the extra LBs.
4 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Stolen by Ginobili. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz made a big difference. He had 9 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. He put in a great game at a time his team needed it most.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
Snatched up. Dallas has gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Outside for Felton. It's good. Great play set up by Berea. Felton has got 5.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Powell, that's good.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Tries again, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Martin.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
San Antonio's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Kicks it out to Ginobili. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Here's Berea. Outside Felton. Here's Smooth. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Looking at the Mavericks over the last 10 games, Kevin, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. 7th in steals, 15th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league in fewest turnovers. When you can be in that company, you're giving yourself a chance to be a winning team.
And let me add a few words about all their steals. I mean, they bring that toughness and aggression defensively. You don't get to be a top 10 team in that category by accident.
So far in the game for Freak, 9 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
It's good. Great play set up by Berea. And that's 11 points for Freak.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Ginobili right side. Here's the floater. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and free-wheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Leonard, he's checked in for West.
Move the ball.
Berea kicks to Freak. He feeds it to Berea. It's stolen by Martin. San Antonio's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Miller outside. Diaw with a wide-open look. Drills it from outside. Diaw's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. They are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
And that one misses. No luck.
Okay, guys, now stepping onto the court for your entertainment.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the Jazz in Salt Lake City. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Mavericks. Smooth in at point guard. Powell is out there with Matthews. Then it's Devin Harris. And it's Miller penetrating. Here's Duncan. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Now here's Freak. He's covered by Leonard. Smooth passes to Powell. On the wing, Harris. There's the pick. Inside, Mejri, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And that one's good. And that's now 6 points for Tim Duncan. It's stolen by Duncan. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Dishes it to Simmons. Feeds it to Duncan.
That's a wall.
Can't get it to go. And it's Dallas the other way.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Wesley Matthews on the wing. Covered by Miller. Just 3 to shoot. Harris. But they'll get another chance. Now here's Freak. He's covered closely.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
It's stolen by Duncan. Here's Simmons, guarded by Harris. Left side, Miller. The teardrop falls in.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Freak dishes to Powell. Miller against Matthews. Good D by Miller.
High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Clark. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Parsons is checked in. San Antonio also making some changes. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Miller. And Mills kicks to Bonner. Simmons passes to Duncan. Can't hit. Now Dallas takes it the other way. As you said, Greg, there are a ton of sibling pairs in the NBA. Even more, Clark, if you include the D-League.
Well, you start with the Plumlees, the Gasols, the Teagues, Zellers. The twins, you have the Lopez twins, Morris twins, the Zellers, Gasols, Teagues, Steph and Seth Curry. Count 2 with the D-League.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Anderson against Parsons, 6 to shoot, and Patrick Mills gets the 3.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Wants to get it to Duncan, and does.
And another miss. Woo. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Smooth shot is off.
And you can see why the D is willing to just back off and really take their chances with his jump shot.
In the corner, Parsons with it. Stolen by Anderson. Oh, and here comes Anderson all alone. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring records. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the... He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
He put everything he had.
And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season contest. It has been a wild ride.
I know money isn't everything to you, Freak, and I find it hard to say this, but I've grown to respect that in you. You're a man of conviction. But it's my responsibility to point out the consequences of that way of thinking. Now, for you, winning is everything.
Hello. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. I especially like to thank God, my Lord and Savior, my family, my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti, twin sister and manager, Cece, my lady. Thank you guys for all your support. I'd also like to thank all the fans, and all the people out there who consider themselves an FOF, a friend of free. My free agency has been nothing short of amazing. And frankly, it has been a dream come true. But like most dreams, the reality is very different from what I imagined. Though I wouldn't change a thing about this period and the time I spent in the NBA, I can honestly say that nothing has been more gratifying and more difficult than choosing where to play next year. I sought the wise counsel of my loved ones. Nothing puts me at ease more than knowing that regardless of my decision, you guys will be there for me no matter what. Now, there are so many wonderful teams in the league, each filled with stellar talent and all vying to be number one. For me, there's nothing more important than winning and surrounding myself with those who feel just as passionately about the game as I do and have an unrelenting desire to win a championship ring. That's what matters most to me. It is for this reason above all, I decided to go to the Houston Rockets. H-Town.
Talent they have on that team, they go win a championship this year.
You think so? And you know what that means?
I'm gonna get you. I love it.
I know.
Yes, my man. All right, son. Congratulations.
I've been running.
3 letters, MAX, baby.
Dom we trust, baby.
Dom we trust.
Yo, fool, where you been? I've been trying to call you.
Mr. Freak?
Yo, who's this?
This is Officer Vasquez with the 9th Precinct.
Officer Vasquez? What did Vic do now?
Mr. Freak, there's been an accident. Look, we're gonna need you to come down to the following address as soon as possible.
What kind of accident? Put Vic on the phone.
I can't do that, sir.
No, you're not hearing me. I want to talk to Vic.
Look, sir, we need you to calm down as soon as you can.
No. Hey, listen. Put down the phone, and I don't want to hear it get picked up until Victor Van Leer's on the phone.
Give me the phone.
Put Vic on the phone.
Mr. Freak, Mr. Van Leer was killed in a car accident.
What's going on? Give me the phone.
The car he was driving was registered to you. We were able to identify him from the
Listen
flyers
to
in
me.
his possession.
Freak,
I don't want to talk to you no more.
Freak, give me the phone. Hi, excuse me. Hi. Yes. This is Cece. This is Freak's manager. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, yes, look, we're gonna need somebody to come down and identify Mr. Van Leer. Eyewitnesses say that he was involved in a car chase. 2 cars were chasing him, and as the chase escalated, he eventually lost control and crashed. Look, I'm really sorry for your loss.
Hello. Outside of the deceased, was anybody else injured?
Vic died in a car accident.
What?
Yes. They said he was in a car chase.
No.
Freak, I'm sorry. He died.
I'm so sorry, Freak. Freak, I am so sorry.
Sis, all started here.
Yep, right here in the dome.
Yeah, man, it was all about living the dream.
Yeah.
And knowing to be some nightmares.
As Daddy always says, all that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss my brother Vic, though.
Deep down, he was a good person at heart, but he was never quite right. Something was always off with him, even when we were little growing up.
Yeah, I know, but I loved him anyway. I knew he was trying to take advantage of our friendship, but I didn't care. We were boys, ride or die. You know that?
Ride or die.
Just hope Vic finally found peace and depth that he never found in life.
Well, may he rest in power. When you really sit down and think about it, life is about the blink of an eye. And that's so quick. We spend a third sleeping in bed, a third trying to figure this thing called life out. Yo, by the time we think you got it all figured out, you only got a third of your life left.
Yeah, life's a trip.
Say that again.
Life's a trip.
10 times 10.
Well, honey. Hey, yo, shout out to my man Vic.
Shout out to Vic. Come on, let's bounce.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to wake up the projects like I used to.
Better
remember?
not. You better not. You ain't kids no more.
Cece?
Hey!
Why are you sneaking up on us?
Yeah, we thought you two left town yesterday after the funeral.
We decided to stay one more day.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. I wish we had known you would come in. We would have made you something to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
What y'all doing?
Yeah, chatting.
Yeah, talking about yesterday's service.
Oh, okay.
How you holding up, son?
You know what? I'm okay, Pops. But you know what? We love you two so much. And it's only now that I'm realizing how much you two sacrificed for Cece and myself. Hey, you know, Vic didn't really get to know his father growing up. And we were lucky to grow up in a household with 2 loving parents. And you know what's sad to say? People thought we had a highly unusual home in a project.
Yeah, folks always talk about the negative effects of boys with no father in the home, but it affects girls too. And it's helped me in my relationships with men in my life.
What men?
Anywho, I know that all men are not dogs because I had a great father in the home. You, Daddy.
I was there too. He didn't do it alone now.
Yes, Mama, of course. It goes without saying.
Thank you, daughter. I did what my father did, and his father before that. A man, a real man, will always be involved in his children's lives. I love your mother. We had our ups and downs, but I love her more than life itself. You two are a direct result of that true love.
Yeah, we know that.
Switching subjects.
Yeah.
I know the both of you like I know the back of my hand. You said you were leaving after the service. Why are you here out of the blue?
Yeah, what's up?
Why gotta be all that?
Yeah, we can't stop by and show our love and appreciation for our loving parents. I'm highly offended.
I am appalled.
What's happening?
Yeah, come clean.
Okay. Me and Cece just want to give you a little present.
Yeah, a small token, a small repayment for everything you've done for us.
Yeah, all the sacrifices you've made.
And we want nothing in return but your love. And grandchildren.
But get married first.
Yeah, save your money.
But Daddy, we really just
But Daddy, nothing. You heard your father.
Well, maybe one day.
Maybe. But one day is not today.
Nope.
Okay. Well, for real, we do have an actual flight to catch tonight.
For real this
yes,
time?
yes, for real this time.
Well,
It's good to see you again.
Yes.
Love you
Hey,
too.
y'all call
Safe
us when
flight.
you get there, okay?
We will.
As soon as you land.
Okay, Mama.
All right. Yeah, y'all
Okay,
call
Mama.
us as soon as you get back.
All right, as soon as you land.
All right,
Yes,
promise.
Take care of your brother.
Of course, always.
I got this. No trust.
Hey, did you forget something?
No. Can you do me a favor and head to the sofa?
The sofa? What's at the sofa?
Just look behind the cushion.
Behind the cushion? Pete, come here.
What do they want now?
What's in the envelope?
Just look inside, Mama.
Pete, you open it. Hey, Frequency, what's this?
Does it look like it opens doors?
Keys to a house?
Uh-huh.
A new home?
Uh-huh.
Son, I done told you and your sister 1,000,000 times. Me and your mother are very comfortable right where we are.
Absolutely right.
This is Harlem, USA. Project or no project. This is our apartment. This is the home we made for you to raise you up right in. We're not moving like everybody else.
Let me talk
Tell
to
him
him.
something.
Frequency, we both appreciate it very much. I mean, we're very grateful.
Okay,
honey.
look, there's something else in the envelope.
Pete, he says look inside the envelope.
What?
Well, look inside.
Yeah. Eddie. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Baby, pack your bags.
We are living the dream. Oh,
thank y'all. Love you.
All right, love you guys.
Love you.
Be a freak. By the time you read this letter, I'll be long gone. I wrote this letter because it's the only way I think my voice will ever be heard. This piece of yellow paper is the only way I'll ever get any of you to stop, listen, and really get to know me, Victor Van Leer. My childhood was turbulent. But even in the most unsettling times, there was a break in the tide. My father was the rocky water, and my mom's was the gentle surf. Pops did a lot of foolish stuff, but when he wasn't trashed and was actually taking the time to be a father, he'd say, Vic, you got one life, a fragile life. God can take this life whenever he sees fit. So live, and live plentiful. Each day God gives, live it in abundance. My pops was a smart dude, the most dangerous kind, educated and street smart. And this apple didn't fall too far from the tree. My mom's, she was an angel. No matter how heavy the hand, she would do anything for me. And by chance, when I was casted into that darkness, she was the voice I followed back to the light. I was so young, too young. But my decaying flesh carries the scars and memories that won't fade. She's the reason I'm as loving as I was. She taught me to look at others as human beings and not objects. Now, where there's pain, a simple kiss, hug, or I love you could disperse that rainy day. That's why I'll never understand why. Why she of all people was taken from me. The only one good thing I ever had in my life. And that was my mother. You ever feel lonely? Well, I didn't have any siblings, and no one would claim me as their own. It is the first time in my life I question the point of living at all. If it wasn't for your family taking me in, I swear I was going to open my wrist or jump in front of the A train. But I found love. And I found it through my new family. Mr. Pete, man, he was the complete opposite of who my dad was. He was foreign to me. He was a good, honorable man, and to be honest, he intimidated me. I didn't believe I could ever be the man he tried teaching me to be. Miss Martha, damn. Real talk, I was in love with that woman. Frick, if you're reading this right now, I'm sorry. I never met one hottie that came close to her. Mr. Pete is a lucky dude. But unlike my dad, he could recognize the angel in his presence. Aside from my own mom, she's the only other person I truly think understood me. I just wanted to be loved, yo. I just wanted to belong. CC, man, I've seen her make the hardest dudes break at the wrist. I've seen her turn coal into diamonds and then back into coal again, just by doing this intense stare she do. CC is no joke. I love her, though. We used to be close. And again, I'm sorry, freak, but when your sister get all mad and on one, damn, I just... Whew. CC, I love you more than you will ever know. I hope in my time past you can finally forgive me. Yvette is beautiful. A woman about success, work ethic, and never settling for less. Which, that's why I didn't stand a chance. Freak was king, and me, a big, fat zero. She was cool, though. Chill. And when she wasn't being all uptight, that girl was mad funny. I could see why you fell in love with her. She could make any man better. She was exactly what I wanted, and definitely what you needed. Frequency vibrations. My boy. My blood. I'm sorry I couldn't be as great as you. I'm sorry I was your weight and not your pedestal. I wanted to be a lot of things. I thought I was the next prodigy. Then you hit that court, and I knew. It was it. It was you, freak. It was you. I didn't have much of a life, at least not one I could be proud of. I never said this to you, but I wanted to be you. All I wanted was a taste, just a little taste of everything I never had. Can you blame me? Like my dad said, life is short, and I just wanted to live it abundantly. I know it hurts, but your life would be better without me. There's nothing holding you down anymore, freak. I believe in you. And I always look out for you from above, B. Hey, bring that Jesus piece back for your boy, though, you know. That shuttle's work. I love you, freak. At least I did something right. At the end, I felt as though I had no place here anymore. I never felt as though I belonged. Maybe my greatness is in the heavens. Or maybe, just maybe, my greatness is you, freak. I just hope you and the fam remember me as I remember my mom. Look at people like human beings, not objects. Because if you wait, it's often too late. Just say you love them now, man. Be the voice they can follow out of darkness. Be to them what my mother was to me. An angel. Your boy, resting in power.